Jaworski's Eagles on the move. Double tight ends on the right-hand side. Trepfly lined up as the flanker, and Jaworski drops. He has time. He throws high over the head of Scott Fitzke. The defender was Benny Barnes.
And good coverage by number 31, Barnes. Jaworski really loaded that one up. That was a real Guidry fastball.
It'll be 3rd and 7. That one sort of faded away from the receiver, didn't it?
A little bit. Perry Harrington checks in.
They're at the 17. Harrington has good speed and is a good receiver coming out of the backfield. He's back there with Giammona.
Be some blocking on the line of scrimmage.
Be some battle. Cowboys show blitz. Anthony Dickerson makes the play on Giammona. Shy of a first down, and the Eagles have got to take the field goal.
The speed linebacker, number 51 on the nickel. You can see he's lined up over the offensive center and still has the speed to recover and get outside. The good teams all have that one linebacker they can put in there that can run like a little man.
Here's Giammona isolated out of the backfield, and you'll see Dickerson knock him out of bounds.
Right out in the flat.
Tony Franklin, this time from 29 yards. Again, it's not Shira holding. It's Jaworski. This one is true. And it's now Dallas 28. Philadelphia 10 as Franklin hits. We have 3:48 left in the 3rd quarter. That'll continue.
Let's go!
It's 7 then again now, right?
Right.
That's a touchdown, isn't it?
Yeah, they got to go 35-10 would be exactly 25.
Is that wild? Is that wild? Now,
that is correct.
Is that something?
On the 6th category.
35-10 on the 6th category, if that's the way it would end.
Which is...
gosh knows we're trying.
Best net points in all games.
Between two broadcasters that go out on Saturday night. That's the 7th. That's the 7th tiebreaker. A crew that drinks Go Tequila together stays together. One of those, whatever that is. Hey, Sandy,
Texas
you know what I found in
margaritas.
my back pocket this morning? Three limes. 3 limes in my back pocket.
But no... but no tacos this time.
Yeah, I didn't have a taco under my pillow.
Back at Texas Stadium, Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. Soft kick. That's Steve Wilson. Wilson with some running room. Out of bounds over by the Dallas bench at about the 39-yard line where they take over.
We've seen some spectacular runbacks today. Billy Canfield's been doing a great job for the Eagles. Here's touchdown Tommy Wilson's son getting to the outside, which he somehow manages to do in every game that we've seen him.
That's Robinson chasing him and taking him out of bounds.
A long way out of bounds.
It is first down Dallas. As you look at that point differential business, it is now 28-10. If it should become 35-10, that would be 25 points exactly. And Dallas would win the NFC East because of the 6th tie-breaking category, best net points in all games. Is that unreal? Wide open is Pearson. He overthrew him.
Sidelining up on Herman Edwards, and Drew Pearson, number 88, was streaking. That's the same direction, almost the same time of the evening that he caught the great pass against the Washington Redskins.
From Clint Longley.
Just overthrown.
3:33 left, 3rd quarter now. As Danny White had time, but just slightly overthrew it. A pump fake set it up.
And as soon as he pumps, that's when he starts the up move. And Herm Edwards had really gone all the way to the sidelines.
Wow. Dick Vermeil was a young man when this season started. Hand off Dorsett. Nothing doing on second down. John Bunting slowed him down. There's Vermeil.
The only time he took off this past week was when Leonard Toews got married on Tuesday afternoon. Dick and his wife Carol stood up with him. He went right back to the films as soon as his owner tied the knot.
Congratulations to Mr. Toews.
Caroline Cullum, the former Caroline Cullum, is now Mrs. Toews, and they're here today. And there are a lot of people in Philadelphia made this trip. I was surprised today, weren't you?
Yes. But a lot of green in Texas Stadium. Third down. Preston Pearson makes the inevitable appearance. And they go shotgun. Right under pressure. The ball bounces up in the air, and I think the Cowboys have it back, yes.
Like Claude Humphrey came around the horn from behind and grabbed the quarterback out of the shotgun. Watch the right part of your screen. You'll see number 87 windmilling and moving. He pulled it right out. That was a legal ball. The hand went forward, but I think that was a legal fumble.
That is Cooper. That's blocking on Humphrey.
Can rush the passer. In his sleep, he can rush the passer.
And Danny White goes back then to punt from his own 12-yard line. Louie Giammona back for the Eagles. Right off the side of his foot. Giammona up the middle, swarmed on now by the Dallas coverage to the 46 where the Eagles would take over. It's Billy Kingfield. And evidently it is a cramp and a penalty marker's down.
We had some tempers on the field, and this might be an unsportsmanlike. A lot of extra action by the special teamers.
Dallas man is down. And now back up. It was Dexter Klickscale, the last Cowboy to get up, number 47.
Well, the officials must feel like they're in the redwood forest out there, but everybody's looking down at them all the time.
Against the Cowboys. Dick Jorgensen is the referee.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 84 on the kicking team.
That
First
is
down.
Doug Crosby, one of the three Cowboy tight ends. So Philadelphia will have the ball in good shape. Line of scrimmage will be the Dallas 38 at first and 10. Was he open?
Man, that's, the receivers don't get a chance to do that anymore. You get to see him do once in a while. It was just this one. I'll tell you, Edwards almost came into the bench. He had him faked up. He was driving toward his sideline.
I didn't see the first one. I saw that one.
Go. Sandy, you better get me that Randy White, Harvey Martin duo on that side, okay? We ought to see a little bit of hair flying over there. How many turnovers? How many turnovers have the Eagles had? What's he listening to? Jerry. Hey, Ray. Huh. How many turnovers for either team?
The Philadelphia Eagles have won only one of the last 14 games against Dallas in Texas.
Of course, that was last year.
That was last year. This year, they're trying for a sweep. Dallas leads 28-10. Leroy Harris, a lone setback now. Jaworski throws down the middle to his tight end, Krepfle. And the Eagles come roaring back again.
You have to understand where Krepley's coming from, and nobody knows. He had an operation in Salt Lake City, an arthroscope, where they look in and see what's wrong. They went in with took out, did some ligament repair work. That's only 2 weeks ago. And Vermeil said the week after that, he showed up, put on his game suit, and they almost had to tie him on the bench. I'm talking about Keith Krepley.
The Eagles putting the pressure on that Dallas defense now, as Jaworski's having time to throw, and he's getting the job done. They give this to Giammona. Hit behind the line of scrimmage by Randy White from the back. He just swatted him down.
And Ed Jones played so tough that he drove the blocking down in there. Sizemore and Jones were in there. And Ed Jones just plugged up the hole, and Randy White came down on Giammona's back again.
Injured Eagle is Perreault, I believe. Here comes Randy White. Watch this maneuver.
Just swatted him down from behind.
Like a bear knocking fish out of the water. It'll be 2nd and 9 then for the Eagles as Perreault is hurt. See that?
He beat this kid so quickly that I think the kid just probably either cracked his ankle or something like that. He was buying. They'll bring in
Baker.
They obtained him from Baltimore. That's right. Good-looking player.
Baker is?
Oh yeah, he's good. Sandy, you don't any of that tape you had before halftime of the officiating thing? Oh, I thought you might want to just cover this with something like that, just to show what Vermeil's attitude going into the half.
The Eagles have had a tough time rushing today. They had a tough time the other time against Dallas.
Without Wilbert Montgomery, which was the same in the first game, I think they changed their entire scheme about trying to run the football. Now they pick a little here, pick a little there. But Giammona's not going to run over anybody. He's going to execute very well.
It's been a rough year for Montgomery.
Came off a 1,200-yard year rushing a year ago. Got the knee. Then he got the hip pointer, or vice versa. Perreault's walking off. You're always glad to see that because he could have badly sprained or broken ankle on that carpet.
The NFL today, next week, and the NFC's wild card game. We'll still have to wait and see what happens here. I'll tell you who's going to be involved. Clock running at just over a half a minute left in the third quarter. Here's Giammona, smothered by Hegman this time.
The Eagles went with the wingback and the two tight ends on that side, Krepley and Spagnuolo, the big fellas, and tried to do what the Redskins did so well. That time Hegman just split the blocks and made the tackle.
Clock still running with 10 seconds left in the third quarter now. And Dallas leading Philadelphia 28-10. Dallas expecting pass, but a field goal now is just about as good to Philadelphia as a touchdown might be. They'll wait and let the clock run out at the end of the third quarter.
And they will run that clock down a lot. Jaworski will on that 30-second clock.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Dallas 28, Philadelphia 10. We now pause for a word from your local station.
Okay, we got third and 6, huh?
7, they say here.
3rd and 7. Then they're going to have to come out of the backfield with somebody. Is Charlie Smith in there?
No, they got Harrington in.
Got Harrington, Giammona, Parker, I see. Carmichael over here.
Sandy, get me Baker is the new offensive left guard. Get him working against Randy. Carmichael's streak's going to come to an end today. You know what?
Still standing down here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good.
All right.
One more great quarter to go in Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys lead Philadelphia 28-10.
Third and probably about 7 or 6. Carmichael's not in there. You got Parker, Fitzke, Harrington, Giammona, Prepley.
The ball's at the 14. They need 7 for a first down. Dallas not showing blitz, and now they step up into it, and now back out again. Jaworski has to scramble, throws complete to Harrington, and he is very close to a first down, a little bit shy, I think.
And Randy White came from, after making an intensive rush, came back and made the tackle after the dumped pass. Here's the play. And there is a lot of scraping going on the line of scrimmage. Peoples on Cole. The little dump lob. There's a rookie. First season in the league, and there's Randy White coming over the top again.
They're going to measure this to see how close. It doesn't look like Dick Vermeil has Franklin ready. It's a good 2 feet short.
Wilbert Montgomery out of the eye can get you a yard about anywhere.
They got to take the field goal.
Got to take the field goal.
Here comes Franklin.
His last kick was very strong, very straight, and he looked very relaxed about Jaworski's hold when it was over.
And the extra point he kicked was very strong as well. So this one is going to be from about 25 yards out, and should be very little problem for Tony Franklin. Jaworski the holder.
We saw him at the Sun Bowl, remember? Kick, what, a 66-yarder was it?
Almost kicked it out of the stadium. Change the complexion of the whole thing. Franklin. No good. Wide to the left. Wow. Well, he's strong enough again, but not straight enough. And things remain very much alive. 28-10.
How far right was it?
This way, isn't it? This way. It's left.
Was left? He hooked it left
Yeah,
again?
he did it left again.
Boy, it looks like he's standing a long way off today.
That would indicate
Wouldn't it?
why he's pulling it,
Where
because he's
is-
reaching for it.
He kicked it into the ambulance. Where'd it go?
Up here.
Oh, it's over there. No, you're right. Gotcha. Oh, hello. Get me the right defensive end, okay?
That's what's going on in Los Angeles, or Anaheim more correctly. The Falcons and the Rams all tied up at 17 apiece in the fourth quarter.
Neither team has had a turnover in this game. Does that speak for the quality and the way they've gotten ready for this?
It is 1st and 10, Dallas at their own 20. Or Set Newhouse again. The tandem, and here's Newhouse. Nothing doing. Absolutely nothing. Jerry Robinson came around the corner again to make the tackle.
The most impressive thing to me about Dallas today is that they have not been the finesse team that everybody keeps talking about. They've been extremely physical.
The Eagles have tightened up in the second half after trailing 21-0 at the half. It'll be 2nd and 8. Newhouse got 2. Big Claude Humphrey pressed into full-time service today, has done a remarkably good job. DuPree backs off the line. Salvi is on the line on the other side. White. Fire. Pearson has it. First down, Dallas. As he is slammed to the turf by Roynell Young. But Drew Pearson, who for so many years has been one of the great clutch receivers, comes through again.
What a great free agent. He walked in and tried out. This time Danny White cleared the whole side by putting the tight end in motion the other way. He cleared out and made Roynell Young go one-on-one with Drew Pearson.
Pearson was a quarterback at Tulsa in college. That stat is true. That's in regular season. No team has beaten the Cowboys twice in the same season. Pitches back to Tony Dorsett. Dorsett rambles out close to midfield. John Bunting made the tackle. Tony Dorsett. Good block by Newhouse. Set it up.
Newhouse got him out there. They ran at the right defensive side of the Eagles. Charlie Johnson's playing nose. They go through. Scott goes through on Chesley. Boy, Donovan stayed with Bigfoot Harrison, and Newhouse's block sprung him.
Newhouse's block was on Robinson. 12 and a half minutes left. From behind the quarterback. The pitch is back to Dorsett, and there's Newhouse's block out in front of him. Springs replaces Newhouse. James Jones is also in the game. A flicker. Hill catches it. Tony Hill from no place comes up with a football at the Eagle 15.
The flea flicker, and the Eagles had 3 people waiting for the ball to come down, and Tony Hill out-jumped them and picked the pocket on the way down. Here's the flea flicker to Springs. Left-handed toss back, and 3 people are waiting for it. The ball hangs.
Boy, you talk about your Hail Mary passes. Tony Hill gives Dallas a first down at the Eagle 15. And keep in mind that point differential. If they win by a margin of 25, Dallas would be the NFC Eastern Division champion. Handoff to Jones and nothing doing. That play did not look like it was very well executed.
Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle, just would not quit on the play.
Let's go to Brent Musburger in the NFL today. Can't get much better here, Brent. 2nd and 10. White. Protection. Holds. Pass to DuPree. Touchdown! Touchdown!
Covered by Randy Logan. It was close, and DuPree caught it. What a throw by Danny White.
He dropped it after he went out of bounds. The official right on top of the play called it touchdown. Here it is.
The 7th touchdown catch for Billy Joe DuPree. Logan seeks him out, finds him, goes up for the ball, and DuPree just snagged it.
He had it. It is Dallas 34. Philadelphia 10. I'm thinking about point differences and scores and times. I'm going to jump out of the booth in a minute.
A touchdown pass. The 3rd for Danny White. 4th for Danny White. Pressure from Claude Humphrey. Good coverage by Logan. A great catch by Billy Joe.
10 and a half minutes left to play. If we survive. If we ever had a chance to win the rating war, we ought to.
You think everybody here doesn't know what the point spread is and everything else? Look at this. They know the tie-breaking rules better than I do. Hey, Sandy, the crowd is going crazy. They all know. It's overjoyed, huh? Turnovers. Can you imagine the way they've hit each other today?
I can't.
What a throw.
The crowd at Texas Stadium has gone absolutely wild. They are, well, kid yourself, very aware of all this point schedule and differences. Giammona had it bounce out of his hands, and now he finally finds the handle. And he is down at about the 15-yard line. Dexter Quinkscale is the tackler. Listen to the crowd.
They know the tie-breaking rules better than I do.
Right now, if it stays like this, Dallas wins the NFC East on the 6th tie-breaking procedure, which is best net points in division game. In all games, I'm sorry.
This will be some drive. They're 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
The Eagles have the football 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. They have had their top running back depart because of injuries, Wilbert Montgomery. But they've hung in there. And Jaworski now knows he's got to go to work. And does to John Spagnola. Every point now becomes very important.
Dallas came with the weak side blitz and the strong side blitz. Hegman came. Jaworski knew he was coming and stayed right in there and found the tight end. Watch the left part of your screen. They are coming, and Ron Jaworski knows it. I think those quarterbacks aren't fearless.
Here is Montgomery into the game now, and Spagnola, who just made that catch, comes out. Running, the crowd roaring.
I'll never forget Tony Hill's catch.
Oh, wow. There have been so many great catches and throws by Danny White. Jaworski going to work. Fires down the middle, just tight end it again. It's Prepway this time.
And the offensive line for the Eagles they're really scrapping. Jerry Sizemore and Ed Jones, and we haven't heard a lot from 72 on the pass rush.
Randy White got up a little slowly.
Baker's in there. Perot's out. Number 63, Baker, is blocking on Randy White, and Randy is walking slowly for the first time today.
Another Eagle first down out at the 44-yard line. And Philadelphia, watching the whole thing crumble, comes roaring right back. No need to hold back now. Jaworski in a long count. Got Montgomery out of the backfield, and Montgomery is almost gone this time. Bob Grunig make the tackle. You talk about a wild finish.
What a play. Jaworski looks away, looks right back, and gets it to Wilbert Montgomery. Here's the fake. That gets the linebacker just moving enough. Throws it into the vacuum, and one tackler cannot handle Wilbert Montgomery. Grunig has to get help on this one. It is fierce.
Jaworski brings him out at the Dallas 31. Starts Parker in motion. Gives back to Montgomery. Wilbert tripped up at the 30 after a pickup of perhaps a yard.
What a play by Hegman.
Herman Edwards over on the Eagle bench. Final score, Buffalo 18. San Francisco 13, and the Bills qualify for the playoffs. Only one spot left as again Montgomery comes out. That'll be decided at the battle tomorrow between San Diego and Pittsburgh.
The play is not in yet. Now it is, and they're 14 seconds on the clock. But the Eagles need points now.
Second and 9. 7:15 left to play. Dallas 35-10 over Philadelphia. Jaworski steps into the pocket, fires. Almost picked off by Charlie Waters, and look at Charlie. It'll be third down.
Dallas loves to leave somebody in the short zone, and Waters will do it occasionally. And the thing the quarterback doesn't know if that's what the defense is. Stallings has him under right now. Jaworski moving in the pocket, almost gets it picked off.
On the Eagle bench,
Billy
Campfield, who had a cramp, I think, a little bit earlier, and I think they're still working on that.
No turnovers in this game yet.
Isn't that fantastic the way they've been hitting? 7:05 left to play. Ball at the 30. 3rd and 9. Jaworski's got to put it up. And does. Going deep, he's got a man open. And a catch by Rodney Parker. Look at Jaworski.
Parker came in with 5 catches. That was some tough catch. He's made 3 today, and all have been difficult. Make that 4. Here's the blocking. Baker having a little trouble with White. Gets some double help. Jaworski loaded this up early and just let the receiver work on Steve Wilson.
And that makes it 35-16 as Franklin comes in for the extra point. Here's the touchdown again.
The early throw and right on, but what a catch by Rodney Parker. 4 catches today. Look at the leap.
Tony Franklin with Jaworski holding. Hits the extra point. And it's Dallas 35, Philadelphia 17. And again, the Cowboys need a touchdown to get back to that precious margin of 25.
Talk about teams that have that deep stuff. This is something. Oh my goodness. Why didn't I go into the insurance business or work for Radio Shack or something? You can sell hammers and nails.
Yeah.
And those, what are those toolboxes? Those hip roof toolbox. Everybody should have one of those.
Tony Franklin will kick for Philadelphia.
Tony Franklin will kick off for the Eagles. James Jones in the middle for Dallas. Franklin hits another line drive. Now it's going to be Timmy Newsom that fields it over on the left side. Newsom out to about the 35, 34-yard line. Next Saturday, you'll see sports of all kinds here on CBS. Start your afternoon with the Sun Bowl from El Paso.
Jimmy Rogers, our friend from El Paso, is here in the booth with us
Good
today.
to see him as always. The Nebraska Cornhuskers and the great Jarvis Red Wine, Mississippi State. With their fine young quarterback, John Bond, then the CBS Sports Spectacular brings you the style and grace of world ice skating, an exhibition. The thrills and spills of the Hall of Fame rodeo.
I'm pretty good in that area myself.
Don't miss a great sports afternoon on CBS next Saturday. At the 34, White will throw on first down. It's batted away.
Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle, may have gotten some of it.
And you remember it was Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle, who made the key interception in the first game between these two teams up in Philadelphia.
No, it was Dennis Bigfoot Harrison who was doing some leaping over there that spiked that one. You're right, though. Charlie Johnson has 3 interceptions.
He comes out right now. Philadelphia bench
Rodney
full of
Parker.
nervous folks at the moment, but right now a very happy Rodney Parker, who made that clutch catch for the touchdown. 35-17 Dallas. Protection holds. Dorsett gets away from one man. Can't do much more than that. John Bunting made the tackle.
Bunting is Vermeil or Swamp Fox Campbell's coach on the field. He takes the signals, calls the defense. That time he turned around to everybody and yelled out some kind of an audible, and then he came back in and made the tackle.
3rd and 8, the ball at the 36, with the clock running at 6:15 left to play. Dallas leading. Danny White 15 out of 21 on the day for 200 yards and 4 big touchdowns.
There's a tough 3rd down conversion right here.
Drew Pearson and Tony Hill both going out to the left, and Butch Johnson comes to the right. Danny White stays in. Pass is picked off, and there's your turnover. That's Richard Blackmore, who came up with the interception for the Eagles.
That is Richard Blackmore's 2nd interception of the year, and the ball was thrown extremely well and sharp. The 4-man rush by the Eagles. The extra defensive backs are there. INT.
Okay.
But don't go away, huh? All right, Sandy, you better give me Sizemore against Ed Jones. Ed has been very quiet today.
He really has, hasn't he?
And when he isn't doing things over there, it just makes it tough. That's the darndest football game I've ever seen, with that crazy 20-something points hanging over the head.
Jesus, that really is.
Yes, they're going to have home field for the playoff one.
For the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah.
35-17, 5:46 left to play in the contest.
Now Dallas is playing for home field if they win the game in the wild card situation. And the Eagles, of course, are playing for the NFC Championship, right?
If they win the game, they'll be the home team next Sunday. And entertain whatever happens out, it'll be the Rams. Here in Dallas, they could win the game, not accomplish the margin that we talked about. On 1st down, Leroy Harris straight up the middle. 60 minutes will come your way following football, and you see it in its entirety.
What Jaworski's trying to do is use as much of the clock as he can, but keep the ball. There's still 5.5 minutes left. He wants a couple of 1st downs without having to do anything in the way of passing, I would imagine.
Montgomery has checked back in again. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 44 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Trying to win the NFC Eastern Championship. Dallas showing blitz. Quick throw over the middle, and it could be all over now.
That's Scott Fitzke with the ball.
Fitzke down inside the 10 to about the 7. And that time, Dallas came with a blitz and got burned themselves.
There's Scott Fitzke. They said he wasn't fast enough. He ran a 9.600 in high school, but he had the soft hands. He's the one that made the end zone catch in the Sugar Bowl game when Alabama beat him. He has touch. And the blitz puts you in such a vulnerable position as a secondary man. That is Randy White that is running along and makes the tackle after playing the line of scrimmage. I don't believe I just saw that.
And you said Fitzke ran a 9.6 in high school?
Randy White was breathing hard and coming fast.
1st and goal Eagles at the 7. Boy, they've shown some character and some poise and whatever you can bring out of your vocabulary today.
Dick Vermeil had something to say, though, and he said this all the way. Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
All right, let's go to Brent Musburger in the NFL Today for a report. Here In Irving, Texas, at Texas Stadium, it's 1st and goal, Philadelphia at the 7-yard line. Cowboys lead Philadelphia 35-17, so it's pretty obvious they're going to win the game. But oh, those tie-breaking procedures and those point differentials and all that business, that's been so much of a factor throughout this game.
Dick Vermeil said one time, people say, well, how do you get your team up every week? And he said, is their check the same every week? My check's the same every week. You go to work. It's a work ethic team. We're not all-stars. We don't have super players. We have to be ready to play and do as good a job as we can. And he said if somebody on the team doesn't want to do that, he'll put them on another roster.
They are, after all, professionals.
You can see the pressure's getting to Landry, huh?
Tony Hill, by the way, has a bruised left knee. They're checking on him. He may or may not be back. And the great streak of Harold Carmichael would appear to be coming to an end today. He had caught passes in 127 consecutive games, but none today. Jaworski fakes to Montgomery and throws behind Keith Krepke as tight end.
Randy White was coming in so fast, Jaworski had no choice. Krepke was open. Watch the left part of your screen. Baker goes out with Morris to double him, and here comes 54 anyway.
Krepke was open. Pressure from White, got to Jaworski, and he threw behind. John Dutton is big number 78. Ed Jones next to him, and Jerry Sizemore has done a remarkable job on Big Ed Too-Tall today. Second goal, the ball at the 7. Jaworski to Montgomery. Montgomery sheds one tackler, gets down to about the 5, and is finally busted back.
Brunig made some tough tackle. Wilbert was heading for the end zone. Hegman cuts it off very quickly. You can see they begin to move on defense. They know what it's going to be. Krepke doesn't quite get all of his block with that bad knee on Hegman, and that's some tackle by Brunig.
It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. The next time the Eagles run it. Hegman missed. Brunig connected.
Ten seconds on the clock.
3rd and 5, and the clock running now at 3:25 left to play. Harris will not get in, and again, Tony Franklin will have a chance.
Young kicker must be thinking about each time he does go out and stroke it with a new holder, the quarterback you're looking at right now.
And Franklin comes out. He's had a tough day. 1 out of 4. And the most difficult one, I believe, was 43 yards out. The others were in the 20s.
He's got a lot of pizzazz, though. He bounces back. Keep that head up. The kickers sometimes get down on themselves.
This one will be just like an extra point. From 19 yards out. Tony Franklin. The one thing you don't want to happen is to get a foul. This one is true. And that should make things a little bit more comfortable. The Dallas lead now is 35-20.
Pat, we've got to mention an old friend of ours that is battling right now against everything. Joe Kuharich. Joe is back in Philadelphia, and he is battling, and he has been around football for as long as you and I have, which is a long time, and he is watching some game that he's been a great part of.
I hope he's watching this one.
I know he is.
Can't wish him anything but the best. 2:28 and left to play. Christmas Day, you'll find a present from CBS. Pro basketball action starts off the afternoon. The Celtics against the Knicks. Then it's the 43rd annual Blue-Gray game with some of the best college all-stars from the North and from the South. Great way to spend Christmas Day. Right here with us on CBS.
And you know, this becomes very important for your coverage teams and everything. It's the one time you want to keep your concentration, stay in your lanes, force the runner to go somewhere else. Still a lot of time left for an explosive team. 2:48.
Dallas has all of their timeouts left. Philadelphia has 2. We have 2:48, as you mentioned, on the clock. Cowboys leading by 15 points, 35-20. Franklin hangs it to Jones down the middle, and he starts from the 10. Stays on his feet, still on his feet. Out of the pack to about the 27-28-yard line. John Shira made the tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. Louie Giammona, who always excels on the special teams. Let's see what they did to him.
He gets knocked out about every other game. Pardon me, every other play. But he's always bouncing off something, isn't he?
Bouncing back into the middle of things. Cowboys 35, Philadelphia 20 as Ron Springs and Tony Dorsett operate in the backfield. Tony Hill is back in the contest. White under pressure from Humphrey, eludes that, throws outside to Springs with some blockers in front of him. Ron Springs cuts back across the middle. Penalty marker goes down before Claude Humphrey makes the stop on Springs.
Flag was thrown. Screen. Sometimes the linemen get downfield to make it an illegal pass. That's what happened. One of the guards or tackles just got over the line of scrimmage before the pass was accepted and carried. Now Fred Bruni has probably told the secondary that's working against Danny White, play your normal defense. Don't play so loose that somebody can catch a ball and beat you all the way with a great move.
Ineligible downfield, number 68. Offense, still first down.
Herbert Scott, number 68. Bob Shaw is limped off. And John Fitzgerald's back in the game as the offensive center for the Cowboys. 2:26 left to play. And the Eagles, it seems, are going to be the Eastern Division champions.
Someday for Danny White.
There has been 4 touchdowns. First down and 20. Pitches back to Dorsett. Tony jukes once, rolls around away from another one. Gets out to the 20 before Al Chesley knocks him out of bounds.
Harrison beat his block and closed off Tony D, but couldn't make the tackle. Right part of your screen. Watch 68. Take on Donovan. Jump over Donovan. But he can't make the final.
They're in overtime in Los Angeles. Here it's 35-20. Dorsett got out of bounds, stopped the clock. It'll be second and 18.
White has been sacked 3 times.
Throws it back to Dorsett, who drops it. That's a lateral. And the defensive team can't advance a lateral, I don't think. But they'll sure have the football. That is a lateral.
If the catch was good at the point, if they consider Dorsett's a catch or just a miss. But you can still recover possession of it even if he missed it on a lateral.
6-yard line, first down.
It is a first down, Philadelphia. They can't advance a lateral, but they can sure recover it.
It looks like the 4th sack was coming up. First, Harrison comes flying over the top. Now Clark moves in. There's the throw out in the flat as Harrison comes back. That is a lateral. You can't advance it.
That's Jerry Robinson over the top.
Here's that 3-man rush. Bigfoot Harrison can really physically just overwhelm even the best blockers like Donovan.
Robinson, with that great athletic ability, hurls his body over the top of Dorsett. And the Eagles have the football. First and goal from the 6.
They have all 3.
Changing. It's the wildest game.
Wow.
Dallas is winning the game going away, but the intangibles are there, aren't they?
give is to Montgomery, and Wilbert bangs into the end zone. And the Eagles make it 35-26 now.
The 8th touchdown for Wilbert Montgomery. What a player. Went to Jackson State, and Ricky Young and Walter Payton were in the backfield, so he sneaked out and took an early morning car and ended up at Abilene Christian. Injuries, they said, would keep him from being a great pro, and he is absolutely, from the eye, one of the most dangerous runners in football.
Just cuts back against that grain so well. And once he gets into the secondary, so strong. Tony Franklin makes it 35-27. And the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be your NFL, NFC Eastern Division champions. They'll have the week off, and they'll also have the home field.
If they scored again, would we go overtime?
Not unless they have a two-point conversion.
Oh, that's right. That's not in yet, is it? Dallas came out in the first half, and you couldn't have executed any better offensively than they did. New plays, new wrinkles, everything in the bag. Led 21-zip.
At the half.
Whatever Vermeil says at halftime should be recorded and put into the space capsule, you know?
Well, of course, at one time they had that margin that they needed to be the NFC's Eastern champion. They led it 35-10 one time. They needed to win by exactly 25 to have that dream come true. Back deep is James Jones. And Franklin will kick off. Line drive will go to Jones. Elijah. Well, he'll just fall on it and stay there.
That was a muff, not a fumble if he touched it.
And, of course, that's something to do with impetus, too. It'll be first 10 Dallas, 20.
Yo. Okay. A Jeep? A Jeep? You mean like Jeep? Is it a controversial thing? How could a Jeep be controversial? Oh, is that it? Brendel wants one.
Without a muffler.
Without a muffler or mezuzah or whatever that is. What a game this is. This is
a 60 minutes comes following football, and by the way, if you are interested in owning or do own a Jeep,
that's one of the subjects. You're talking about the car with wheels and things like that, the Jeep?
That's right. You'd be very interested in 60 minutes tonight. First and 10 Dallas at its own 20. Cowboys up 35-27. Danny White, who's had a good day, still the quarterback. Dallas has all of their timeouts left. Hand off to Newhouse. Newhouse rolls out for a Dallas first down to outside the 30 before Frank LeMaster brings him down.
The Eagles have had 13 first downs in the second half. They only had 7 at half. Cowboys have run up 23 first downs and, of course, 35 points. These two teams played to a very brutal defensive game in Philadelphia. That was the 17-10 job. Now points are coming out of the woodwork.
Ball's out to the 31 now, and Dallas obviously conceding that there is no way they can get back those magic points that they were looking for as Drew Pearson comes out wide to the right. And they'll be the home team against Los Angeles next week. Atlanta will play Minnesota in 2 weeks.
So Philadelphia will have the home field advantage for the divisional playoff. Huh?
Right.
And they can't play anybody from their own conference, right?
That's correct. Executive producer of the NFL on CBS is Chuck Milton. Bob Stinner produced this broadcast today. And Sandy Grossman was the director.
We're a team too, you know. We all get together and have our production meetings, and we let whatever happens during the game happen, but it sure is fun.
Not using any timeouts, but using too much time on the clock. And here are the rest of the people, just some of them, who are responsible for what we hope you've enjoyed.
And Lance Barra, your friendly stat man that used to block for Wilbert Montgomery.
Still second down.
The crowd that was half hour ago wild and on its feet screaming when the Cowboys led 35-10 has started to disappear, and certainly very quiet at the moment.
Well, the Eagles' search for this starts a long way back with Vermeil, but their training camp was something like an endurance test. They really earned it.
Danny White just kneels and lets it run. And that's all of it. Dallas 35, the Eagles 27. A successful year for both teams, but particularly successful for the Philadelphia Eagles. 35-27.
A class situation.
So from Texas Stadium for Tom Brookshire, this is Pat Summerall saying so long as Dallas wins 35-27. Let's go now to Anaheim and pick up the Los Angeles game.
I'm worn out. I'm going to go back to that mechanical bull, I think.